I'm going to tell you about faith. First of all, definition. Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is being sure of what we hope for, certain of what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for. Faith. Now, blind faith is hard. Let me give you an example. Our granddaughter, we have been teaching her since she was tiny, because we live out on a ranch and it's got a lot of critters out there, and we're teaching her the difference between poisonous snakes, non-poisonous snakes. Last year, around this time, she was walking the dog one evening, and I was at the hospital with someone. I get a text, and PJ says, well, Kirsten came in and nonchalantly said, oh, I saved her from a snake bite. What? What snake bite? Oh, there was a snake out there. I threw a water hose on him. So she says, where's the snake at? Oh, right out there. She says, show me. And she's going out there telling her, your papa saw a water moccasin around here, a few days ago, and you got to be careful when these things might bite you. And I asked, was it a water moccasin? She said, no. Okay, thank God. It was the biggest copperhead I've ever seen in my life. So she went ahead and chopped its head off, got rid of it. And a few weeks ago, and we've been teaching her, by the way, ever since, you got to look at the head. They can look at colors. I'm colorblind, but, they can look at the colors of it. You got to look at the head to see, if it's wedge-shaped or if it's rounded, if it's, got the slits for the eyes or the round pupils, and all this good stuff. I'm unfolding the tarp off the hay, fill hay bags, and she's supposed to be in there taking care of the bunny barn there. I think she was more playing with the bunnies, but that's okay. So I'm unrolling the tarp, and a snake falls out of the tarp. And I'm trying to get it out from under the hay where it's trying to crawl out from under. She said, what's going on? I said, it's a snake. What kind? I don't know yet. Pull it out. Oh, okay, it's a rat snake. She goes, oh, we need those. What? She goes, we keep these in the barn for rats. A little about that long. She puts it in the barn. I said, not a lot of 13-year-old girls would be doing that. Especially not going, pinning their tail and then walking up to their head. And she says, well, where I come from, if you say you're country, you better be country. I said, I do know where you come from. I was actually there, when they unwrapped you. So, but all this, and she has faith that we're not going to steer her wrong. So much faith that night before last, she's out. I think she was closing the doors and turning the lights on for the bunnies. And PJ's sitting there doing her little leather work. I'm over there chillaxing. But and I was deep in thought, in prayer, and I hear from the window, Nana, I got a present for you. It's a big rat snake. PJ says, oh, okay. And we've had problems with them eating the duck eggs, and they're big enough to eat the little baby bunnies, so we make sure. So PJ gets up and gets her loppers and walks out and walks right back in and says, can you hand me my phone, the camera? Must be a pretty snake or something. You know what I'm having? She goes, no, you need to come out and see this. I said, is that snake still alive? Uh-huh. The snake was longer than her. PJ's got pictures of it. And I said, she grabs it by the tail, holds it up, they kind of wrinkle up. And I said, yeah, okay, the snake's alive. I went back in. I said, I give up on that child. But the thing is, she is comfortable enough to catch these things because she has learned which ones are poisonous, which ones are non-poisonous. We taught her She has faith, blind faith, mind you, that we will not steer her wrong. Why? Because we never gave her a reason not to think we're going to steer her wrong. She knows that we will never tell her to do something that's going to hurt her. Never going to cause pain for malicious reasons, for fun, for anything. We're always going to steer her in the right way. Now that's her choice, whether she says, oh, I think that's a copperhead, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. That's her choice. And she understands there are consequences to making choices like that. But if she follows our instruction to the letter, she's not going to be in pain. She's not going to be hurt. Down a little further, he talks about Abraham. And this is in verse 8. And this is complete faith. When he says Abraham, by faith, Abraham, when called to go to a place he would later receive as an inheritance, obeyed and went, even though he did not know where he was going. By faith, he made his home in the promised land. Like a stranger in a foreign country, he lived in tents, as did Isaac and Jacob, who were his heirs, and came with the same promise. Abraham, I want you to get up. I want you to leave your father's house. This is Genesis 12. Leave your father's house, leave your father's land, and go to a place that I will show you. How many of us today, in today's world, if God says, hey, I need you to go buy a U-Haul, pack it up, and start driving, and I'll show you where to go? How many of us would do that? That takes a lot of faith. Well, that's exactly what Abraham did. He loved his friends, I'm sure. He loved his family. I'm sure that by faith, it was hard. It was not without pain. But I'm sure that he knew God would not steer him wrong. And because he left, I like this because it was in Ecclesiastes 3 that God said, Solomon wrote, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. And he goes through this long dissertation about a time to gather stones together, a time to throw them away, a time to live, a time to die, a time to dance, a time to mourn. All these things. And seasons pass. And I'm sure that when Abraham was told, by the way, he was 75 years old, when he was told, get up and move, and I'll show you where you're going, I'm sure that season was not without pain when it passed. But it is through faith. We have to walk through faith that God is going to take care of us. And as the seasons pass, as times change, and God calls us to do something else, we have to follow no matter what. Because if we don't follow, then we're going against what God says, and that can get painful. Recently, I was told that my season here is over. Excuse me. It's not without pain. And like Abraham, God said, get up and move. And I'll show you where to go. He said, I know it's going to hurt. I know that you're not going to understand. There's a reason. There's a reason for everything that happens under heaven. As I said, I walk through faith. I have faith that God knows what He's doing. April 26th, 2009, by faith, and I can tell you the story. I had just left a church where I was an interim, and we called a pastor, and I went home. I was attending another church, and we were broke. And God, I was called and said, hey, can you cover a pulpit for 4 weeks? When God says something, I go. I told PJ, I said, for 4 weeks we're going to go preach at Plano. Now, our son was there, and he said, well, weren't y'all just telling me that y'all were kind of tight on money? I said, yeah. How are you going to do that? That's an hour drive. I said, yeah, well, that'll take care of us. The mail lady came through. I went to the mailbox, opened it up, and there was a check we didn't even know we was getting. It was a refund check from something. I guess there's our gas money. It's because I walked through faith. And I came here and I preached to stay for 4 weeks. April 26th, 2009. And that temporary gig is coming to an end in August, 18th? Of 18. And God's calling me away. I want you to understand, this church goes nowhere. The elders are going to be taken over. They're going to call a pastor. Whatever they do, God is leading this church. And don't say, oh no, he's gone. No, I am not the church. I am not even a small bitty bit of this church. It is a body of believers, like-minded, loving each other. We're meeting and worshiping God. That's what this is. No matter who stands up here, and it's often been asked, are you the one running the church out there? I said, no, I run my mouth. Other people smarter than me run the church. That's what I'm called to do, is run my mouth. But it was irony that she called and said, I want to be baptized Sunday, because God wanted me to leave on a blessed day. But I will say this. I will say a quote from my favorite philosopher, Winnie the Pooh. He said, if there's ever a time when we're not together, always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. And the most important thing is, even though we're apart, I will always be with you. My phone number is never going to change. My address will be the same until God calls me somewhere else. I'll always be here. You call me. But I want to go a step further. I know that no matter where I go, I'm sorry. No matter where I go, y'all will always be with me, holding together all the pieces of my broken heart. Thank you.